All right, guys. So today we have some weightlifting technique. It's a very, very good opportunity today to work on some stuff that might have been neglected just because of our situation we've been in. So we've got split jerks and wall balls. Okay, this is a very cool combination. All right, because the wall balls, the way that they're programmed, being heavier and trying to drive the ball very high, it's going to prime that aggressive hip extension. All right, so much to the point where you might not even have to focus on it as much, which allows us to focus in on something a little bit more specific on the jerk, and that's the landing. Okay, so we really want to try to stick the landing on our split jerk, and then those that kind of struggle with the split jerk might be able to use this to kind of get more comfortable with it, and those that are really good at split jerk can kind of use it to get very confident in that receiving position. Okay, so Bessie's going to show you what that looks like. So we're going to do 3 reps for you here. Bars nice and support on that front rack. We're going to have that nice aggressive hip extension off of that solid drive. What we want to do is we want to punch against the bar. We don't want to punch the bar up. We want to punch us down and then aggressively land and confidently land in that split position, spreading the floor, being nice and solid right from our foundation. Most weightlifting inefficiencies can be traced back to footwork, and this is helping with that. We can make up for a lot of inefficiencies in the first part of this lift with a nice strong receiving position, okay? And then after set 1, we're gonna go, in between every set, we're gonna go to our ball, and we're gonna get some nice powerful wall balls in as high as possible. We can't really go high here in this barn that we're in, so we're just kind of showing you can watch the hips massively extend into that ball. It's being pretty accurate. So yeah, all about the hips today, driving hard against the bar, and then us landing and receiving through the feet. Cool. So have fun with this. Hope you guys learned something today. Yeah, leave some comments below maybe. All right, guys. Friday's nasty little couplet. This one's awesome. I love these kind of workouts. Heavy barbell mixed with some complex gymnastics for a short workout. This one's pretty cool, and it's actually kind of familiar. If you're an OG, you might remember this workout, Amanda. A little bit familiar to that, where we've got kind of a heavy barbell. Amanda's a snatch, and then go back and forth between that and rings. And but the stimulus is going to be pretty similar, okay? Because that snatch in Amanda, we need a good posterior chain pull, just like the deadlift, and then the ring muscle. But what we know about Amanda is very anaerobic. So the whole challenge to this workout is going to be keeping that pedal to the floor the whole time. So looking for unbroken reps. If we're good at both of these movements equally, the best place to break is in the barbell, because we can easily get back into it as opposed to the rings. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, if the rings are your weakness, it's going to be better to kind of break those in manageable chunks or scale them back to gain stimulus. But for the most part, this workout is about hanging on. Okay, so hang on, get it done. All right. For the deadlift, what a good focus is, because this is it should be a moderate to heavy weight. It's heavy for these reps anyway, and for this stimulus. We want to think about the knee. The knee is very involved in the hip extension, so making sure that we're staying focused on extending through the knee. Okay, so knee kind of drives down through the heel. That's what we want to focus. If we focus on the knee pushing through the heel, our body weight will push through the floor and we'll pry that bar off the floor a little bit better. You can watch Bessie's knees push through his heel, and that adds to the knee extension, putting the tension in the quads and hamstrings, and allowing his hips finally to extend with his glutes turned on. Cool. All right, so good, strong deadlifts today. Then we're going to move to the muscle up.
That'll be fun.
Just taking you with us on the journey.
That'll be fun here.
Okay, so muscle up. Obviously, remember, we don't have the height for muscle up. So we're using the scale, and that's the box supported muscle up. So I want you guys to remember that the foundation of the muscle up is the ring dip. So I'm gonna get Besky to actually just get into the bottom of that ring dip. Last week we talked about pulling high enough, and that's true for this week as well. But we really want to think about when we turn over a snatch, the receiving position is that overhead squat. When we turn over the muscle up, our receiving position is the ring dip. So in a snatch, if we can't overhead squat a certain amount of weight, we can't squat snatch it. Okay, it's just we can't. It's more dynamic. So we really have to make sure that our ring dip is thought of as that receiving position. We're able to catch that nice and strong. So I want you to watch that when you see Besky do his box supported.
Get sweaty. Oh, I don't slip out of this.
Is it sweaty? See, okay, you see how hard he's fighting for that position? There's very tight quarters here. No, dip out of that. And then we just need to finish. If you can catch in that ring dip and hold it there, you can definitely finish. I'm not saying you guys should hold that position. Definitely not a good idea if you're trying to get this workout done at a high intensity. But we do need to feel that position, kind of land, just like we did on the jerks earlier today. We landed strong and aggressively. We need to land strong and aggressively into that nice solid dip, okay? Work back and forth between those two movements in this couplet, guys, and keep that pedal down to the floor, and you'll really get a good bang for your buck in this one. These are my favorite kind of workouts. They're just all heart, all right? So have fun, guys. Go kill it.